So I am a huge fan of The Last Airbender, the show, not the movie, and probably one of my favorite visuals from the show is when Aang is trying to open up his last chakra and encounters this huge version of himself in the Avatar state. It's a really cool scene in the show, and luckily for me, someone decided to capture this moment in a beautiful 3D model. This 3D model is by a great designer named Magnet over on Cults 3D, and it's a masterpiece. This model prints in 5 parts and was printed on the Creality LD-002R resin printer. At first I attempted to print his hands, body, and legs all on the same build platform, and while they did all fit, unfortunately I just didn't put enough support on the arms of Aang or on his hands. If I had to print this again, I would also raise the top half further off the build plate, maybe like 10mm or so. As you'll see, there ended up being a giant hunk of resin on the back of Aang in the final print where all the supports just kind of fused to him. I'd also recommend that instead of trying to fit everything on one build plate, you split the top and bottom half into 2 separate prints and just position them parallel to the build plate, as this would give the supports more surface area to latch onto and give you a more reliable print. You'll also notice that the base is actually a little warped, and that's because again I didn't use enough supports on the bottom, but as long as you use enough support in this print, all these problems will be solved. So here are the settings I used for this print. To glue all these together, I recommend just using some uncured resin and painting that onto the 2 parts you want to fuse with a little Q-tip. I just roughed up the 2 surfaces a little bit with some 400 grit sandpaper, and then I painted the resin on, and then I stuck them both together and held it in front of the UV light for about 60 seconds. I then rinsed the joint as I normally would any other print that I take off the build platform, and then I cured it again to give it a more solid and strong bond and also get rid of that weird sticky feeling that you feel after resin's only been cured once. So for this print, I decided to use some ABS light clear blue resin for the body and a mixture of Elegoo black and some old yellowed clear I had lying around. This gave me a really cool smoky black color, and I have a few more ideas for mixing different resins in the future, so let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me do a video on that, and subscribe and click that little bell icon to keep updated. Well, I've wasted enough of your time, and last but not least, as a great send off to this video, I would love to show you guys a little glamour shot of this beauty. Other than that, thanks for watching.